Well, we got some news to discuss. The Calgary Flames have signed Dustin Wolf to a brand new contract extension that starts in the 2026-2027 season. It is 7 years at $7.5 million per year per the folks over at Puckpedia. In the first year of the deal, it is $6 million salary and a $2 million signing bonus. The next 5 years are all $7.5 million salary, and then the seventh year is $7 million salary, so it averages out to 7.5 AAV. The last 5 years of his deal are UFA years, and so he has the potential to have no trades and no movement clauses included. And in this case, he does. Per Craig Conroy at the golf tournament on Tuesday morning, the Wolves deal includes a 10-team no-trade clause in those 5 UFA years. This is some tidy work by the Flames. It is a deal that locks up their most important player through his 32nd birthday. The deal expires in 2033. So that is a long time to have your best player locked up for. And let's be honest, he was their best player in 24-25. Wolf came in after dipping his toe into the pond a bit at the NHL level in 23-24 due to some injuries to both Jacob Markstrom and Dan Vladar. As a result, Wolf was basically a fill-in guy, and he was okay as a fill-in guy. But after they traded Markstrom, the challenge was basically put to him and to Dan Vladar, hey, which one of you is going to be the starting goaltender? And the answer was Dustin Wolf. Wolf is very, very good in 24-25. As a result, he won 29 games. He was amongst the better goaltenders statistically across most categories, especially even strength save percentage. He was second in Calder Trophy balloting for the NHL's Rookie of the Year, finishing second behind Lane Hudson, who is just simply fantastic. He was also someone who, strangely enough for a rookie, this is fairly uncommon for a rookie goaltender, but he received consideration for the Hart Trophy and the Vezina Trophy. He got votes for both. And so, yeah, he's a player that is good and important, and this was probably one of the more important things the Flames need to do this offseason, to just lock him up long term. They don't need to worry about it now, and they can spend their brain power and manpower on other things. And so if you're the Flames, you're feeling very good that you've locked up a very good player for a long time. There's been some talk about contractual comparables starting in 26-27 when the new deal kicks in. Wolf will be 10th in the, actually 11th in the NHL in cap hits for a goalie. One of the 10 goalies ahead of him is Carey Price, who is essentially done. He's an LTI goaltender for life at this point, unfortunately. So there's 9 active goaltenders ahead of him on the pecking order, and yeah, I feel you're probably feeling kind of good about that. His contract is 2 years longer and $1 million more expensive per year than Lucas Dostal's deal that he recently signed with Anaheim. And if you're the Flames, you probably feel pretty good about that. He's making less money than 2017 draft selections, Jeremy Swayman and Jake Ottinger. Again, if you're the Flames, you're feeling pretty good about that in terms of, you're going to get some of Wolf's best years, presumably his best years of his career, for a fairly palatable cap hit. And this, again, the cap is going to go up and keep going up for a while. It's expected to be over $100 million next season and keep going up for the foreseeable future. So this is a deal that looks pretty nice and is going to continue looking nice for the Flames. And so, yeah, it's if you're the Flames, you look at the group you've compiled and you have most of your big pieces locked up for a while. In terms of your older players, you got Kadri, you got Uyghur, you got Huberdeau, all locked up for a while. In terms of some of your younger players, you got Coronado locked up for a while. You got Wolf locked up for a while. They have Connor Zary recently locked up for 3 more years. They have this year and then 3 more years for Martin Pospisil. And, they're going to start getting some of these young draft choices that they've made the last couple of years in Zane Parekh, among others, into the system and into the NHL level pretty quickly. And so, I understand there's always some hesitance when the team decides to do you can call it the retool on the fly. I believe, I think the high build, hybrid rebuild is a term. I think Pat Steinberg came up with that one, or at least he popularized it. It's a very nice term. I love the hybrid rebuild. But, the guys the Flames had under contract, that'd be tough to move. It would have been very difficult for them to jettison some of those bigger contracts. So for better or for worse, they had to move and work around them. And so far, early in the process, it seems to be going fairly well, especially when you consider that they've managed to make a lot of hay at the draft and accumulate a lot of really nice young players. The big challenge is going to be now continuing to have those young pieces progress and move up and then become key NHL pieces. We've seen it happen with Matt Coronado. We've seen it happen with Dustin Wolf. It'll probably have a chance to happen with Zane Parekh, maybe Matvei Gridin, maybe Cole Rezhny, maybe Colin Potter in the coming seasons. But, you can sort of see, the puzzle starting to take shape, and it looked kind of fuzzy, I think, for a lot of folks early on. And over the last year or two, I think it started to become a little bit clearer. The pictures become a little bit more focused, and it's a little bit easier to sort of imagine what it could look like. But, as the saying goes, job's not done. They still have a lot of stuff to do. This is a team that's missed the playoffs the last 3 years. They've locked up some important pieces, but they need to keep building if they want to become the team they want to be. So, Dustin Wolf, 7 years, $7.5 million. Pretty good deal. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's some tidy work for the Flames, and I think for a player that was drafted fourth and last in 2019, it's some really nice validation for the work he's put in and some nice job security. But it's also, I think it also places some expectations upon him that, you're going to be someone that if you're top 11 or top 10 in the NHL in cap hit by goalie, you should be a top 10 goalie. And I think Wolf is the kind of player, the type of guy that's really wired to take on those kind of challenges and sort of, rise up to meet them, so to speak. He's done it so far, and we'll see if he continues to do it. But, again, some tidy work by the Flames. That's it for this video. If you have any comments, throw them down in the comments section. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you really like this video, please click the subscribe button. And I'll be continuing to throw up all kinds of Flame content as we head into the fall in terms of prospect camp and then main camp and then the regular season, because it's almost it's September. It's going to be October soon, and in less than a month, the Calgary Flames will start playing games that count. See you there.